Hello there, you beautiful people. My name is Willow, and welcome back to Supreme Commander Forged Alliance Forever, where today we're going to be casting a 5v5 played on the map Selki Isle. So strap in, it's going to be a fun one. I hope you are ready. If you're watching on YouTube, please consider liking, subscribing. If you're watching on Twitch, consider, oh, I'm on the wrong Twitch overlay. Whoa, gotta fix things. If you're watching on Twitch, follow, and the such. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Ogle. It doesn't show up whenever I'm on the casting thing, but still, thank you. And let's go ahead and get into introducing our players. Let's go ahead and check it out. Team 1 is going to be up here at the top. Team 2 is going to be down here at the bottom. We're going to start from, let's go right to left. It's opposite day. We have ourselves an orange Cybern going first land by the name of Freshie. Then we're going to move up to the north where we find ourselves a yellow UEF going first air by the name of Infinity X. And then we can move on to the red player, who is a Cybern by the name of Orb. And then we have ourselves a gray Cybern by the name of Maximus XXX. Lots of Cyberns over here for Team 1. In the middle, on the small island, we have ourselves a pink Aeon by the name of Captain Numa. Moving down to Team 2, we'll start with the other island player, just do it all out of order. We have ourselves a blue UEF by the name of Shipwrecker. And then we can move left to right from here on out. We have ourselves a brown Seraphim by the name of Spectre Slave 137. Then we have a pink Cybern by the name of Hot Soap. A purple UEF by the name of Snagglefox. Let's see, a cyan Seraphim by the name of Thurnis Haley. And I think that's all of our players. I didn't forget one, did I? Alright, whatever. Here we go! So Selki Isle. We have reclaim everywhere. Honestly, just too much reclaim in my opinion. 35,000 throughout the map. It's everywhere. It's all in these like 10 mass rocks, and then there's some more reclaim here on the island, so that way you can be rich before you get fucked by Navy. Which is how it should be. Navy is the best type of unit. We have the comm of Thurnis Haley moving over towards the mainland of Team 1. Gonna be fighting it out with our orange Cybern, Freshie. And gonna have to see who comes on top as far as that is concerned. There is some early expansions. I'm not seeing a bomber just yet. We do have some scouts flying around getting intel on the enemy. This match, of course, a 92% rated game, and we do have a bomber. Oh, we do have a bomber. I was just blind. Maximus showing up with a bomber. We'll give it the special treatment where we watch it. It's already managed to pick up one kill onto what I'm assuming is an engineer. Has picked up its second. Is it going to be able to get any more? Well, stay tuned to find out, kids. I don't know what to say. The bomber coming in is going to see the comm, but does not go for it as it goes for an engineer. There's a bunch of engineers right there that could be a juicier target, but unfortunately the Zeus will not know. 3 engineer kills is all it's going to get as it goes down into the dirt quite hard. And that's the end of that bomber's career at the hands of the Savior Interceptor, sitting on one, almost at 1 veterancy, and of course now going to fly off and probably be dead in the next couple of minutes. The civilian structures in the middle going to be killing off a air unit. That Cyclone out from Infinity X chose the wrong day to do the flying field trip. A fight has broken out between the comm of Thurnis Haley and the comm of Freshie. Freshie is going to be able to shoo Thurnis Haley off of this island from the looks of it, and Freshie also going for these frigate wrecks. The greed on this man is immeasurable as Thurnis Haley is trying to deal some damage with the comm, try and stop the opposing comm from getting in range for a reclaim, and wow, that was some weird micro decision out of that comm, but does manage to get that final frigate wreck. on his own, does not have to share that with Freshie whatsoever. In the middle, we have some fervor artillery pieces out from Captain Numa to try and kill off some of these T1 PD. The T1 PD, of course, not having vision, meaning the Auroras, or not having radar, no, meaning the Auroras are going to be able to... Wait, it does have radar. Just deciding it doesn't want to kill the Aurora? I guess the Aurora doesn't outrange it. Okay, well, that's interesting. It does look like Captain Numa's going to be able to kill off these 2 point defense pieces and may be able to get in here and start grabbing up the reclaim in here. Quite a bit just right here, 6,000 reclaim, very worth it to try and take it. But you have to deal with the fight that is ever looming against the other island player. In this case, Shipwrecker. Ah, that's interesting. Usually this island is always just taken over by this player, but it looks like Orb has decided, hey, I'm going to take some of that, and Maximus is just okay with it, so interesting. This is how it normally plays out, with Thurnus Haley over here on his side taking all of those mass extractors for himself. I don't think it's going to be too significant, but who knows. Both teams managing to keep opposing players off of their main island. We have a drop over here out from Maximus, going to be some tanks and what looks to be an engineer on that transport, even some Medusa. So possible real damage going to be done by this. About to drop off those units now. Nope, no engineer, just 6 Medusa and a Mantis. Maybe get in here and kill off some of these early mass extractors. There's no T2 mexes as of the moment, or maybe there's just one, but that is not going to be too much of a problem to deal with. Of course, some Selins now coming out. The T1 Scout / Lab coming out to try and deal with these Medusa. A wise choice. The Mantis gets reclaimed, so not even going to be able to deal with the Selins using a Mantis, and now there's just too many Selins, and that's going to be a complete shutdown onto the land units that were dropped by Maximus XXX. Maximus XXX. Get now at your local Blockbuster. I don't know. Probably not sold at Blockbuster. Probably sold at, like, Porn Shops Anonymous or something. A frigate gonna be killing off a mass extractor. A mass extractor going to be dying. A sad day for everybody. Except for the frigate. The frigate's having a pretty good day. Actually, it's pretty much a happy day for everybody but the mass extractor. Selins, now the army of Selins, as they march through the forest of regret, destroying all of the trees. The tree clumps will never recover. The fight in the middle continues to be waged between Captain Numa. Captain Numa using his comm, though, which is a bit of a stronger play, in my opinion. The comm able to do quite a bit against T1 units and going to be able to kind of stop this aggression out from Shipwrecker and secure more readily available mass extractors, or mass reclaim, not extractors, but mass reclaim. A T1 PD built up by some engineers by Shipwrecker. A T1 PD using the walls of the civilians. Captain Numa using the resources at his disposal to get a cheeky point defense built up, which is going to help him deal with the incoming spam. Overcharge on the comm already. Going to be able to overcharge some more valuable units, or any units that are clumped up. Another PD now being built. I still don't know why you wouldn't just, at this point, why you wouldn't build it in these walls, but wants his own brand new walls, so doesn't bother with that strategy whatsoever. And as the naval games kick off, we're seeing heavy naval production out from Thurnus Haley, Maximus, and Freshie. Not quite as much naval focus out for our Brown Seraphim Spectre Slave 137, but there's always time. As for Team 2, it looks like Thurnus is the only one to get into the naval game, which is going to be unfortunate for Team 2. As more players hop into the Navy for Team 1, it's going to give them a distinct advantage as we move into the mid-game. Looking at the early game stats as we're getting close to the 10-minute mark here, we can see that reclaim numbers, Team 2 doing massively better, sitting at nearly 30,000 reclaim versus just the 20,000 reclaim from Team 1. Overall mass generation shows that exactly Team 2 very far ahead in total mass generated, 13 to 14,000 ahead at any given point. Overall mass generation looks like Team 2 is also ahead on that metric, sitting somewhere around 100 and anywhere between 130 and 400 mass a second versus 290 to 320 mass a second. So gonna be a difficult climb economically for Team 1, but Team 1 has the unit advantage, I would argue. Having more naval units is very important on this map. Most of the map is indeed water, and water is where the naval units live, and naval units are really good at killing things that aren't naval units. As we check in on the quote-unquote air players, we have T3 Air now finished up for Hot Soap, and we have T3 Air on the way for Infinity X. Not seeing anybody else going for a heavy air play from what I can tell. Looks like we might see some Riptide spam out from our purple UEF Snagglefox. A naval engagement T1 happening over here between Thurnis Haley and Freshy. I think that Freshy is going to be losing this. I don't think he has any submarines, and there's a fair amount of submarines now built by Thurnis Haley, but both sides deciding to disengage as they decide it's not worth it. Thurnis Haley doesn't want to put any easy mass to grab for Freshy, and Freshy just doesn't want to lose the fight outright. So that's going to be the end of the aggression out from Thurnis for the moment. In the middle, it looks like the comm of Captain Numa was forced out of the middle. He's hit T2 and now has some T2 assault tanks, those obsidians built up, or no, blazes, not obsidians. What is the obsidian? Is it the heavy tank? I always thought it was the assault tank, but it's the heavy tank. Yep. Okay. Blazes being built up. Blazes very good at dealing with T1, T2 units, but not good when they get inside range of those units. Don't have a whole ton of HP to spare, if we're being honest, but is going to be able to use these quite effectively against these T1 spammed units that are trying to push towards his base. And over here to the east, Freshy is just trying to manage his naval situation. A lot of submarines now showing up for Thurnis Haley. Thurnis Haley going to have a distinct advantage. Submarines, of course, not being able to get shot by the enemy frigates. The only problem with this is, of course, the surface action. The frigates out from Freshy are going to have a lot less targets to focus on, so it does. I would assume that the frigates out from Thurnis Haley are going to start getting mauled to death by the Trident's guns, and it's just going to leave these submarines to try and combat all of this out from Freshy. Do we have Tech 2? Yes, we do. We have our first destroyers rolling off the lines now for Thurnis Haley. And he's, of course, getting those T2 engineers up to get up more power. A drop! Multiple drops, in fact, happening for Freshy. Getting in quite a not insignificant amount of damage onto the economy of Thurnis Haley, killing off these 3 mass extractors and threatening the mass extractors in the main base. Of course, nothing more going to go down from this, but it is going to be painful to try and rebuild this. If any of these mechs were T2, that is a definite problem for Thurnis. Going to need to be able to get this all back very soon. 3 transports worth of units from the looks of it, and there is, of course, air supremacy over here for Team 1. Team 2, of course, has ASFs, and they got ASF sooner. There is a strat bomber coming in out from Orb. Why didn't the ASFs just kill the strat bomber? ASFs, just kill it. Just kill it. Oh my word! Please. Yeah, there you go. Okay, strat bomber down. Not gonna get any kind of value out of that strat bomber, so that is at least nice. But we have 2 players on Team 1 who have managed to get to T3 Air. Both Orb and Infinity X have managed to get T3 Air. We have T3 Land out from Snagglefox. This could be a cheeky play. He could try and just get Percival's and walk them up on land. I mean, it's not a bad strategy, it's just not conventional. We have Zooies now showing up to kill off some frigates that are harassing the periphery mexes of Spectre over here. Spectre still not stepping his toes into the water. He's deciding to go with the route of Zooey spam instead of Navy, but I think being hydrophobic is a bad thing on this map. It's much better to have naval units than it is to have Zooeys, and I will fight people on that every day of the week, because frigates kill Zooeys quite effectively. Zooeys can kill frigates too, but frigates can micro against Zooeys, so yeah. Over here, Freshie seemingly losing the naval fight against his opponent. It does look like Thurnus has managed to gain a bit of an upper hand in the naval game. Does, of course, have the destroyer, which he might even have... Nope, he has it serviced. You can put the destroyer for the Seraphim, of course, underwater. You can submerge it. Submerge and surface it. And you can submerge it if you feel like you're taking too much damage from frigates and you want to be able to kill them with impunity. Of course, the only player producing air units for, or teched up air units for Team 1, or Team 2 actually, is going to be Hot Soap. Team 1 doing quite well in this game. The only kind of sore spot I'm seeing is Freshie, and here on the middle island it does look like Captain Numa is losing ground, which is never a good sign. We have pillars now rolling off of the assembly lines for Shipwrecker, who is going to be shoving his pillars right in towards the base of Captain Numa. This map, more than any other map, has the chronic homelessness issue, where you see a lot of homeless comms that were forced off of this middle island and now are homeless in the lands of their allies, just trying to scrape together enough mass to do some kind of cheese strat. As the naval forces build for Maximus, Maximus could win Navy for his team right now if he pressured onto Thurnus Haley, but is instead just trying to stop any kind of naval production from getting online for Spectre. I don't know if that is the right call. He's scouted for a while that Spectre seemingly is going for the mass Zooey strategy. Spectre also could be going for T3 air at any moment, and wow! Oh my lord. This is going to be spicy. We have mass drops coming out from Spectre. Spectre, a man after my heart, gonna be coming in with the absolute Giga Chad move of just loading up T2 transports with Zooeys and saying, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you. The transport's gonna group up. That's 4 T2 transports laden with Zooeys. I don't know the exact number, but that should be close to like 60-ish Zooeys on these transports. I would like to see them decide what they're going to do very soon. I think sitting around with transports fully laden is extremely dangerous, as all it takes is a single scout. And here we go with the transports. They're going to be flying over frigates, so some of these Zooeys may die, but it's a price that I'm sure is willing to be paid by Spectre. Spectre gonna be coming in. One of the transports getting quite low on health, taking almost all of the frigate fire, but is looking like it might be able to land. Is that first transport gonna land? It is, and all of these transports gonna be able to drop off their payload. Let's stop tracking that and start tracking the absolute carnage that's about to be happening. Somebody call a doctor, because this man just got murdered. The Zooey's coming in, destroying everything so quickly. The structure's not standing a chance. Oh my word. The Zooey's just causing mass carnage. And this is what we call a clinic. Putting on a clinic on how painful it can be to get dropped. The base of Maximus was deleted in one fell swoop. The entire base of Maximus is just gone, and that's going to put Team 1 at a huge disadvantage. He of course still has his rather powerful navy, but now he has to find a way to get back into this game economically, and I just don't see it happening. And now of course you have the issue of this is a beachhead. This is just straight up a beachhead. He's gonna get engineers onto transports, get them over here as fast as humanly possible, and he's gonna use them to build up a base. This is his strategy. His strategy was literally, this is a Navy map? I don't think so. I'm gonna turn it into a land map. The Calm of Maximus gonna try and help clean up these Zooies, but not quite gonna be enough. Dropping next, red, please cover. Well, red has ASFs, so if you're gonna drop red, you're gonna need a little bit more. Oh my, this is just so many drops. Was this a drop? No, this wasn't a drop. He just has Zooies. Ugh, Zooies, they're nightmare fuel. Unadulterated nightmare fuel. He has enough interceptors here that I think he can kill off a few ASFs. He does have a SAM built up. The ASF gonna be targeted directly onto that first transport. The first transport goes down. Next transport is inbound, and one following that, and two more following that. So many transports coming in. The interceptors really need to buy time for these transports. The transport gonna drop its payload and then fall on top of its own units. Doesn't manage to kill off its own Zooies, but these Zooies could come in. If they target fire down one of these power generators, it's going to be horrible. A lot of build power is going to go down. Orb is going to take a lot of damage on the comm. More transports still incoming, I believe. And it could just be... Oh my word, Orb just getting massacred. That power generator is going to go down, and that's going to be a lot of damage. And whoa, he can troll Cade. Oh, he can troll Cade. Is it full share? Does his stuff go to another player? Oh man. Wow. That's finally just entering the game. It's not over yet. We still have to see how Freshy, Maximus, and Captain Numa deal with this. Captain Numa managing to get T3 on the island, and for some reason the entire middle was transferred over to Thurnis Haley. I don't know, maybe I'm guessing Shipwrecker had a date with your mom. Couldn't miss it, so just hands over all of his stuff. What is it with my recent casts and people just like, alright, have my base, fam? Very weird. I'm super surprised we didn't see Percival spam. I was expecting Percival spam. I was expecting cheese, just a different kind. Like, I was expecting Gouda, but got cheddar. And we have more drops incoming. This time it looks like it's going for the main base of Captain Numa. Only one of these transports is going to land, but only one needs to. Of course, there's Harbingers here, which can definitely help deal with this, but you can target fire down all of these mass extractors. I mean, you could also just target fire down the T3. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't tell me this works. Okay, the repair order was given in time, but my word, Spectre coming out with the Drop Supreme. He is the Supreme Dropinator, as some T2 Navy units show up for Snagglefox to try and ward off this T1 Navy that's been built up by Maximus. Maximus gonna, I guess, try and expand to over here as well. You gotta be shitting me. Okay, there's a desync. We're gonna see how long the game goes on. Infinity X desynced the game. Everybody be mad at this Infinity X. This is the second cast of the night where we've had a desync, so we're just gonna speed it up. This is going onto YouTube either way because those drops were too beautiful not to show. I don't think that this can go on for too much longer. Ah, damn. Damn, why? Why do people keep sending me games with desyncs that aren't even that far in? This was 20 minutes. At times 10, you can get there in 15. Or at 10, at plus 10, you can get there at 15. At least I can. I mean, I guess other people might have weaker rigs, but still, it's very not nice. All of these desyncs happening. So we're gonna see if this continues on for much longer. Looks like some damage was possibly done over here. There's still a lot of T1 mexes out for Freshie. Not quite, or maybe he's just not confident with upgrading these mexes to T2 on the front line. F's in the chat from Oogle and Altisen. Altisen? I don't know how to say it. F's in the chat. We're gonna talk to Twitch chat for the rest of this. So what did you all think about that game, Twitch chat? Give me your Twitch chat professional opinion on what on how those drops should have never have happened and how you would have stopped them. More transports gonna be heading out for Spectre. Of course, it's desynced, so whether or not these transports actually act the way they did in the real game, up for debate. But if all of these transports drop onto, like, I don't know, Captain Numa or Freshie, then that's pretty GG. Maximus is kind of a non-factor. He just has a big navy. He doesn't have anything else. Which normally I'm the guy who's like, navy is all you need. You need mass. You really need mass. Because you know what's better than big navy? Bigger navy. I think Maximus should have pushed up with the boats. I think Maximus, once he noticed that there was no navy being built over here, should have just came all the way around and just destroyed Thurnus. Thurnus would not have been able to hold up to the amount of navy that was spammed out by them. And yeah, that's just game. That right there is just fucking game. This is how you end a game. Freshie is the strongest player remaining. Maybe Infinity is doing like slightly better economically, but Freshie is the only one who has any kind of like real carry potential right now, and he is getting destroyed. This is the Control K moment where Freshie Control K's his comp. Yep, told you. There it was. Called it. Okay, well this game didn't desync quite as horribly. At least the comm explosion's gonna end up killing off like all of this. Yeah. But now there's about 40 Zooies right here, and there's not really an answer out from Infinity. Infinity Control K's and Maximus will Control K. So yeah. Thank you all for watching. You've been beautiful. If you're watching on YouTube. Thank you to my patrons, Timothy Calderwood, Sergeant Syphilis, Nogthar, and Mutant Genepool. If you'd like to support me financially, there is a way to do that there. If you're on Twitch, you can just subscribe if that's what you feel like doing, with Prime or any other way. Like if you liked it, dislike if you didn't, subscribe if you want to see more on YouTube, and I will, I'll see you in the next cast. We're just gonna do this until he blows up. It's gonna happen. Whether Maximus wants to blow up and decides to blow up is a question for later, but Maximus blows up. That's how this ends. Told you. Bye-bye.